Good day, welcome to Multinet Design. In this particular project, we are going to start a very fresh one. And what we want to build is a 5-star hotel. It's an hotel in Australia, and it's being contacted by a client giving to me to do something similar. So let me show you the picture that was sent as I should create something of this nature. So the graphics of this is the respect of the clients. So he wants something of this nature like that, and so I have to build something like this from scratch. So let us follow the situation from beginning, and we'll follow everything one after the other, as you have known that we used to build what we do here on Revit. So let us go and start the project properly. So now this hotel particularly contains, with my analysis after the design, I have nothing less than 1,175 rooms in this hotel with a lot of facility like restaurant and everything. So all these facilities, most of them are based on the ground floor. So we start the project straight up. So first thing you need to do is to create a grid, because it's a massive building. So I'm creating the grid for the purpose of giving everything the coordinate relationship. So now the grid 1, the 2, the 3, the grid 4, and the grid 5. So we have it in this way. So the next one is the vertical grid, which I'm going to call A. So the next one B, and the next one, so, and the next one. Good. So these grids are going to represent my distance for them. So now I'm going to give this one 10 meter wide. So that's 10 meter. So from there, from this one to, I'm going to give it 10 meter. So this one too is going to repeat the same thing, 10 meter. If there is conflict, do not mind. Everything is going to be resolved. So 10 meter as well. Then the last one, I'm going to give it another 10 meter. So the interval between all the grids are what? 10 meter. So I still need possibility of adding one to that. So let me do this one again as well. So this one as well is going to be 10 meter. So this one is going to be 10 meter. And the last one is going to be 10 meter as well. Good. So I can expand this one, then bring them, expand them downward. Good. So as I've done with this, so the next thing is that I need to increase this one. So I add more to this particular. So here now what I want to do is just to offset this, and I'll say 10 meter offset. No, it's not working that way. Okay, let's say create. So I'm going to use that one and say offset of its 10 meter. Good. So what is it doing? Escape. Create similar 10 meter. So change this one to 7. Good. I'll adjust all this one to meet it up. So we are starting to create the space functionality one after the other. So we'll be giving the space their programming injection from now. So as we have said, the below the ground floor plan is about facility and the arena through which everything is going to, but this grid is going to represent something. So we are starting the wall part. Create the wall starting from the back. So here press escape. So here you press so you use wall 225, I mean, in this panel. So we are starting it straight up from here. So this is one, then you go on to this, press escape, and you go on to this wall. So you have it. So you do the same thing here, press escape, you do the same thing here, press escape. Now at this junction, what you do is that you create, this is going to be wall down, this one is going to remain this manner. So you have done this to a bit. So every area department is going to be having their own functionality. So at this junction, we're going to leave it in this way and continue to work on the facility that is available. So what we need to pay attention here is how we create the floor plan and how to create the whole systematic information. So now the next thing is that we create okay, let's say I want to define the concept of everything one after the other now. So what I'm doing here now is to create a functionable space for everything that I'm having here. So as I have this one, as this part is going to be my first center at this edge, I'm having a sports center visibility at this edge. So this center is going to be a courtyard, and this one is going to be a staff arena, while we have gym. At the same time, we are going to have a restaurant at the front and circulation where people will come booking, ticketing, and they want to visit people a wide area. So that is what we want to have at this point. So I'm beginning to create everything one after the other. So at the grid line 1, fence grid, this grid to this is fence center is going to take like a 2 grid here. So from here, I'm having a booking and ticketing area. So let me start the process at that junction. So I'm starting from here. This is going to be 4 meters to this point. So taking angle 45 to arrive here, and then so you pause there. The next thing is that you mirror this one so that it gives you asymmetric here. So I'm doing that from here now. So as I've done this one, I'm going to create similar, and then point to this one to this junction. So close. So then you close this down. So from here now, we return this to the position where they belong. Drag it back and drag this one back. So you do the same thing here as well. Drag them back. Drag them back. So the function of the functionable space are what we are going to dwell on and be working on them after the other. So you can imagine the shape are coming out and the build up to this making meaning. So that is it. So if you look at it from the shape that we are talking about, we see that okay, this thing, the shape are coming out. We are going to do everything, all the development greatly in this position. So we're done with this one now. So the next thing we need to do now is to work on the each space, and that is what we want to work on. What are the area that need to have this stair part? You need to have this, so we are going to develop that one. So I'm going to create a stair part in this point. So put it there. So as the stair will be here, it's going to be here too. So stairs are going to be somewhere here at this side and at this side. So remember, this is a courtyard. So we're done with this area now. We want to create the circulation part and let them have a good visibility for themselves. So click here and say good. So here now the entrance to circulation is going to be here. So at that D junction, the courtyard is still existing to this point, remember. So you can break this into two, then drag it and drag it. So delete this. So why you follow this is that you know the dimension of everything I'm doing. You know I told you 30-meter interval to follow suit, so that you will not be able to be confusing, and some of the you that used to ask question that okay, where is the dimension? So you follow the property of this design from beginning. So we're going to do that later, but I don't want it to be clumsy while I'm still doing design. So but you follow what the interval within the grid lines are what at 10 meter, which is what 10,000 millimeter. So as we have done this, which is a restaurant circulation arena, and the same time is so you're going to do this by closing this down. So this area is going to be for ticketing and booking, things like that. So you divide it into two, so we are getting that into space. So the next one we do is that this is the circulation area, so the part of it which is the restaurant at this side. So we are going to work on that. So at the restaurant we must have a kitchen, so this is going to represent the kitchen aspect. So at this junction, good. So after which you do everything you want to do, so you can now decide to have, as this one is this inner steps. So the general step to climb up is still going to be here, somewhere here. So you click that and create that space around this function, around this area. But it's not going to be as big as this because we are having a lot of functions at this ground floor. So it's going to be something somewhere here. So you can imagine that. So now this one you delete, and this one is going back to, okay, it's going to stay here. So as we have done with this one, now the next thing is that we put all those templates in place and see whether they will function or not. So we are going to get a door. So to start with, so click door and then check. So the first one is the double door. So double exterior door, we serve that at 12 meter. Okay, just take to represent for now. So most of them are still going to be changed because by the time the concepts are coming out, but just that we have this representation for the purpose of what we are doing. So this center is going to have its own, and this center is going to have its own as well. So for instance, this one is an event center at the back. They are not going to have any demarcation because it's going to be a wide open mid. So the first center can be divided into two, like arena or something like that. So this purpose is going to be there. So now the next thing is that we create the entrance part for that, and this is what we have, or we have at the entrance part. So because it's an event center, it's going to have exit door at the back, at the same time outdoor here, at the same time outdoor there. So this is done. So the staff arena is going to contain some rooms to themselves. Remember, this is 10, so these are going to be a divisible part. So this divisible part is part of what represents at the upper floor. So I encourage you to make sure that you wait patiently and watch the process of this design one after the other. So now what we do here, this one is going to be channeled to the middle. So all this is being done for staff to have their own privacy and things like that. So you click here and we say 4,000, enter here, and click here again and say 4,000, enter. So this one will be left for whatsoever we want to do. So we replicate this around, maybe in the first floor, and everything is going to, so you divide these points, divide, break them down. So at this junction now you adjust this to the position adjust to the position. The same thing here too. Good. So that space has been created. So from the middle, from the inner, after the stair, you can take whatsoever you want to take within this space, and so on and so forth. So that aspect is being created. So this is an event center, sport field area. So it's a build-up place. So data is going to be created inside. The internal part and the external part are going to be way down window. So according to what you are seeing from this, these are going to be more replicated, and everything is going to be detailed accordingly. So the plans of this are going on now. So what we have done here is that we create the circulation here, we create the booking and the reception area for this part. So let us give a little bit annotate to that part so that it will be known and be. So you take from this grid to this grid, centralize it this manner. So what you do now next is that you offset this with what? With just like 1000. Take it in like 2 steps. So as you have done with that, so this one will serve as your reception. So if someone step up to this point, so if it's going one way or the other to the upper floor, we are going to go to meet it. So they pass to this level to the stair or at this center. So click and then click on save. So save the project for now. Quick. Just so you put it this one. So this one is going to serve as but later this door might be removed for emergency purpose if need be. So for now, the client has never made any inquiry, or so as I just say, let me quickly bring it to learning arena and let people learn quickly before adjustment is finally being made. So we done with this at this junction. So this is the restaurant area, and this is the part to which people are going to be seated and arrange themselves. So now we said it is the kitchen, the cabinets are going to be made. This is the arena for the staffs. All those places are going to be there. So the female staff, the male staff, they're going to have their parts at this junction. So the bigger this place is, the stronger it will be. Now the structural part is going to be very detailed and analyzed. People are going to see what we have been able to do for this. 10 meter might look too wide and so span. So the project is still under construction, because one thing we are just doing that the concept relationship is what we are building up. So for now, this grid can later be still divided into half grid so that we accommodate a lot of things together, most especially at this level of so they are still going to work on that one as we are doing. So this is the first foundation we are doing for you. We encourage you to work and to watch as we are developing everything one after the other. This is the beginning of our design, and we expect you to get used to everything we are doing here, so that by the time we develop more, we are going to see to details. So thanks for watching at this episode. In the next one, we are going to focus more on detailing all this area.